Hey, what is up, guys? Blunt Guts here. This is a Watch Over Realms video. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe if you do enjoy my content. So, I wish I was coming to you under better circumstances. I put out a lot of content on this hero, Magda, in the past 2 weeks or so, since she was released. And really before she was released, I thought that she was going to be a game changer. I really thought she was going to be incredible. However, unfortunately, Moonton applied a stealth nerf, something that they did not disclose in the patch notes, and fundamentally changed the way that what I considered to be her premier skill functioned in the game. And I gotta say, first off, I apologize to anybody who followed my advice and did pull on her. I didn't know that they were going to do this, but hey, I'm in the same boat. Unfortunately, I pulled over 500 summons on Magda's banner. You know what? No more. She's not Magda to me anymore. That sounds too regal. She is now Magda. Magda. You used to be so great. Now, I didn't pull her, so ultimately I came up empty, but I did dedicate a lot of resources that I never would have had I known that they were going to make this change. And what really sticks in my craw about it is that they did not disclose what the change was going to be. So the change is in regards to this skill, Electric Torrent. The caster and allies in range gain penetration increase and damage increase. Full stop. That at full skill ups is a 15% penetration increase and a 20% damage increase. That's incredible. It's permanent. As long as a hero is deployed within the range of the buff, they are going to have it forever. So it doesn't expire. There are a lot of other damage increase buffs in the game that have a limited duration, but they're just a lot more limited than what Magda brought to the table. I mean, theoretically, she does still bring this buff to the table. It's just the allies that she's able to provide it to are much more limited, and it really makes her a less desirable hero. And I hate this bait and switch. I really hate it. So let's catch up if you missed what I put out last week. So I put this video out the day that Magda's banner was released on the global servers. And I, unfortunately, was not lucky enough to pull Magda. However, a guildmate of mine did, and he was nice enough to let me hop onto his account to do a little testing. And what I found, as you may have surmised by the banner, is that Magda's buff was much better than I thought it was going to be. And this was largely due to the fact that she was able to buff many more units than I thought that she would be able to. I was pretty excited about it, as you can see in the photo there. I thought she was going to be a premier buffer in this game at minimum. I also thought she was a good hero beyond that. She still is a good hero, but she's not as good as what I thought she was going to be. When I did this testing, this is what her buff range looked like. So she was able to buff every tile in a 1 tile range around her, plus her attack range, so this 1 tile in front. If you imagine in this diagram here, Magda is the blue arrow pointing to the right. That is the direction she's pointing. Then the green tiles are the tiles that she would have been able to buff. And this was incredible, if you think about it. So if you count the tiles on there, there are 10 tiles that she's able to hit with her buff. That is ridiculous. I mean, it is truly, truly ridiculous. She would have been able to provide 20% damage to your entire team, plus 15% penetration, which, if you don't know, penetration is basically allows the hero to ignore 15% of the enemy's magic resist as well as their defense. And it would have been a game changer. Now, I don't think this is a coincidence, but the newest content that was just released was Semra. The second guild boss was released, the weekly guild boss. Semra is the first encounter in the game where we would be able to bring a full team of units. And by full team, I mean all 10 units that you deploy. Typically, you can bring a team of 10, but you cannot actually deploy 10. You're limited to 8. If you think about the guild boss or really any other encounter in the game, as far as I know, you're maxing out at 8 units. So you can't bring more than that. However, if you count the number of tiles here, there's 10 tiles total. And how many units can we bring into the guild boss? 10. Which patch was it where this buff range was changed? The one that installed the new guild boss to the game. And I can't think that this is a coincidence, truth be told. I don't think that this is a coincidence. I think they realized they messed up. They realized that they were going to make content that they thought was going to be the pinnacle of difficulty, and quite frankly, is extraordinarily pay to win at the moment. Everything is nobody is reaching the top chest on that, except for people that have multiple awakenings on rare heroes, in particular Praetus. There's a bunch of teams with Yovar. You need an awakened Eloin. I mean, they haven't really given us the tools to beat this encounter unless you've spent a ton of money and you have multiple awakenings on some very, very rare heroes. After that patch was deployed, Magda's buff range turned into this. So now she can only hit 3 tiles. She can hit herself with the buff. She can hit the 2 tiles that are in front of her, which is her basic attack range. So those 2 tiles are all, so it went from 10 buffs to 3 buffs. And, you know, maybe this is how they intended it, and that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'm not going to quibble over whether or not they thought it was overpowered or they think that it would trivialize the new guild boss. However, what I am upset about is the fact that they did it without saying anything to us, and that they did it immediately after they had a rate up banner, one in which I personally encouraged a lot of people to pull for her because I thought they were going to regret missing out on her. And I think, you know, for about 72 hours after the banner was released, that would have been the case. However, they nerfed him to the ground. They didn't say anything about it. And I got to say, I'm upset about it. So what can we do at the end of the day? You know, I don't know that there's anything that we can do to directly fix this situation. I think what most people probably want, what I would love to see, is either the buff to be reverted, or for those of us who did expend a lot of resources on this banner to receive some kind of compensation for it. But I don't think that's going to happen at the end of the day. I don't think there's going to be enough of an outcry. However, we do need to let them know that this is not okay. And I think that there's 2 aspects to this. One is that you shouldn't be putting out a rate up banner if you're going to nerf the hero immediately afterwards. That's a bait and switch, essentially. That's something that just should not happen. And 2, if you are going to make a nerf, you really do need to disclose it in your patch notes. You shouldn't be doing this. It's underhanded. And, you know, I think that there was not a widespread acknowledgement that this is the way that the buff worked before the nerf. And so there's not been as much of an outcry as there might have been otherwise. So maybe if some of the bigger content creators had been, you know, releasing the video that I'd released, which, by the way, I will have a link to it in the description here in case you want to go check out firsthand how it did work, the testing that I did, so you can see for yourself what I did to establish that the buff worked in a different way. You're welcome to do that. But I think that maybe if some bigger content creators had been, you know, putting out that information, had been kind of talking up Magda a bit more, then maybe there would be more of an outcry right now than there is. But I think there weren't that many people that saw the video, and so as a result, the group of people that were disappointed by the nerf, hell, I have a feeling that some people that did see the video may not even know that the nerf has happened at this point. So that's why I wanted to put out this video. That's why I'm going to encourage everybody to go to the official Discord server, go to the suggestions channel, post suggestions there, vote up the other suggestions that are about this. I think you all should be talking about it there. We should be raising awareness that this happened. And I think that's the only way that we can really ensure or have the best chance of ensuring that something like this does not happen again in the future. Because if they are going to make these kinds of changes, they really do need to let everybody know, and they should do it before they make a whole bunch of money off of a banner like that. That's my perspective. I did want to add that I have reached out to my contact at Mooncon to let them know about this situation and to let them know that not just myself, but me and several of my viewers have expressed some dissatisfaction at the way that this was done. I was told that that information will be passed on to the developers and that we will get a response at some point. It's been about 36 hours at this point since I did send that information. I haven't gotten any response back from the devs at this point, so I wanted to wait a little while to see if Moonton might have a comment on it. They haven't provided one yet. I might come back and do another video once I do get a response, but as of right now, this is where we stand. In any case, I've been Blunt Guts. I'm sorry that this was not a happier video. I wish I had better news for you. Hopefully the next one will be. Appreciate you all watching. Please do like and subscribe. Catch you all next time.